Once upon a bustling day, Excavaroo, the zippy digger, noticed Turbo Tim's race car sputtering and stalling like a sleepy snail. Turbo Tim himself looked as glum as a cloud on a rainy day. "Hey, Turbo Tim, what's the scoop with your speedy wheels?" Excavaroo asked, his headlights twinkling with concern. Turbo Tim sighed, his engine sounding as sad as a trombone with a broken slide. "Oh, Excavaroo, my car's acting as stubborn as a mule with a toothache. I need a mechanic's magic to fix it, but I'm stuck here like a turtle on its back." Excavaroo's bucket bobbed with an idea. "No worries, Turbo Tim. I'll give you a lift to Benny's garage faster than you can say vroom vroom." With a rumble and a roar, Excavaroo scooped up Turbo Tim in his sturdy bucket and zoomed off down the road. Turbo Tim laughed and whooped with excitement, feeling like a bird soaring through the sky. As they arrived at Benny's bustling garage, Turbo Tim's eyes widened with wonder. "Wow, Excavaroo! Benny's garage is as busy as a beehive on honey day." Excavaroo chuckled. "You bet, Turbo Tim. Benny's the best mechanic in town. He'll have your wheels spinning faster than a top in no time." Turbo Tim grinned from ear to ear, feeling hopeful for the first time all day. "Thanks, Excavaroo. I knew I could count on you. Let's go meet Benny and get this race car roaring again." With a honk and a hoot, Excavaroo and Turbo Tim rolled into the garage, ready for a day full of adventure, laughter, and a whole lot of vroom vroom fun. Inside the garage, Benny the mechanic greeted them with a warm smile. "Well, if it isn't Excavaroo and Turbo Tim, what seems to be the trouble today?" Turbo Tim explained the problem with his race car, while Excavaroo eagerly explored the garage. He spotted a toolbox filled with shiny wrenches, screws, and bolts, and a colourful chart on the wall displaying numbers from 1 to 10 in various shapes and sizes. Benny scratched his head, examining Turbo Tim's engine with a keen eye. It looks like we've got a loose bolt here and a worn-out spark plug there. Nothing we can't fix, though." Excavaroo's bucket bounced with excitement. "Hey, Benny, what's that funny-shaped tool you're using?" Benny chuckled. "Ah, that's a spanner, Excavaroo. It helps me tighten bolts and nuts, just like turning a key in a lock." As Benny got to work, Turbo Tim watched in amazement. "Wow, Benny, you're a real whiz with those tools." Benny grinned. "Thanks, Turbo Tim. It's all about knowing your shapes and numbers. See this bolt here? It's shaped like a hexagon with 6 sides and 6 corners. And this spark plug? It's round like a circle, just like the numbers on our chart." Excavaroo's headlights gleamed with curiosity. "What about this big wrench, Benny? It's shaped like a letter L." Benny chuckled. "That's right, Excavaroo. It's called a wrench, and it helps me tighten or loosen nuts and bolts. It's one of the most important tools in the garage." As Benny worked his magic, tightening bolts and replacing worn-out parts, Excavaroo and Turbo. Tim counted along with the numbers on the chart, learning about shapes and sizes as they watched. Finally, after a flurry of activity, Benny stepped back with a satisfied grin. "There you go, Turbo Tim. Your race car is as good as new." Turbo Tim's engine purred with delight as he revved it up. "Wow, Benny, you're the best mechanic in town." Benny laughed. "Thanks, Turbo Tim. Just doing my job. Now, let's get you back on the track where you belong." With a final wave and a grateful honk, Excavaroo, Turbo Tim, and Benny bid farewell to the bustling garage, their hearts full of friendship, laughter, and the joy of learning. And as they raced off into the sunset, they knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would always have each other to rely on.